Hi, this is Brad Linder with Liliputing, and this is the Lenovo Legion C730 Cube. It's one of their latest cube-style gaming desktop computers, and it's relatively compact for a gaming desktop. It's not like Intel Nook size small. So, here's my hand, and you don't know how big my hand is, but I didn't have a banana handy. But you can see that it's got a handle on top. It's meant to be something that you can carry with you, but it's not super lightweight. It does weigh around 19 or 20 pounds. And if you compare it to the Legion Wi-Fi 3.0 15.6-inch laptop, you can see it's a fairly substantial machine, but again, it is more portable than a typical gaming desktop, more compact, and it sort of puts all the power of what you would expect from a gaming desktop under the hood here. Starting price for this model is $929, and you can see it's got this RGB lighting system, allows you to change the colors and get these lighting effects, see the inside of the case through this transparent lid. There's a cheaper model called the C530, starts at $829, and that version doesn't have the RGB lighting and slightly lower entry-level specs. This is going to be available starting in August, and it's available with up to 32 gigs of RAM, up to Intel Core i7-8700K processor, and available with M2 PCIe SSD storage or two hard drives, full-size hard drives. So you can put in, 4 terabytes worth of storage plus a faster drive for a SSD for the operating system. Down here on the front, we've got separate jacks for mic and headphone, a couple of USB ports, and I'm just going to walk to the side of the table here, because last time I tried to pick this up, I almost knocked the table over. It looks lighter than it is. But here we've got on the back DVI, a couple of display ports. We got 3 DisplayPort, HDMI, 6 USB it looks like, and Ethernet. So overall you get sort of a lot of power in this machine. In terms of, again, portability, it does have this handle. You can pick it up. It's something that you're probably going to want to use 2 hands for unless you're very tall and very strong. We've got this sort of utilitarian design here with, is this ventilation here in the front? Or is it, so the cooling system is sort of key, I think, when you have this much power with, I didn't even mention the graphics. It supports up to NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 graphics with 6 gigs of RAM. And when you have that sort of thing, you're going to need sort of impressive cooling system. So remind me what the cooling is like in here. Is it just sort of...
So we have a dual channel setup in this. So essentially you have a bar going down the middle where your motherboard is, and so we're bringing air on both sides through here and out the back, and that way you're separating the heat of your CPU and your GPU on one side so your hard drives and everything else can stay cooler.
Right, so in a typical tower desktop you would have the motherboard on one side, the fan on the other side.
Yeah,
this way you're getting a little bit on both sides.
Yeah. You more or less have one giant chamber that's kind of sucking air every which way. And a lot of people have to focus on where they're going to pull air through on that chassis. Whereas this, you can just have 2 simple chambers on either side that allows you to direct air flow much easier.
And so again, it's meant for gamers, but if you're looking for something that's relatively easy by desktop standards to, say, move from room to room in your house, or if you're somebody who still does LAN parties instead of online gaming, you could pick it up and carry it with you, or you could just get a gaming laptop. But this is going to be more powerful, more upgradable. So if you buy it today, you don't necessarily have to throw the whole thing out in a couple of years because the hardware is no good anymore. And I think that's it for most of the basic specs. Anything that I didn't mention that's interesting about this?
I think you about summed it up. Design, the specs, and everything like that.
So that's the Legion C730 Cube from Lenovo. You can find more details at liliputing.com. This is Brad Linder with Liliputing.